There we go. We're on Arabia. Daniel's going to be in the southwest in blue. We're going to get spring changed over to red here. Daniel will be in the southwest in blue playing as the Mayans. And spring is going to be in the northeast in red playing as the Huns. Ornlu is dropping a big ol' raid. Yo, Ornlu, man, thank you very much. Have an explosion or two. And welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'm casting a PA5 between Spring and Daniel. And then I'm going to be casting some of my tournament afterwards, only bans, where players are only allowed to ban civilizations rather than pick them. So first I'm casting a tournament where there's a civ draft, and then I'm casting a tournament, my own tournament, without one. And that is the plan. So we got 5 games between Daniel and Spring that we're going to cast. So strap in. Players get $5 for every game they win. If you want to donate to the OnlyBans prize pool, there's a link down below for that. If you want to donate to the USA Cup prize pool, which this is in support of, then you can donate to that by clicking over to Spring Stream, twitch.tv/SpringTV. I should probably get my OnlyBans logo off of the thing here. Real quick. And Ornlu, man, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're going to get OnlyBans out of here. And then I'm going to quickly throw up this. There we go. There we go. Much better. Excuse us, we are after 5 maps of Black Forest. Who's playing in the round of 8? I will let you know right now. We've got Adam versus Ensberg, which I already casted game 1 of. And we're going to cast game 2 after this. Then we've got Uzi versus Siskin, Weber versus Toady, and we actually have Spring versus TRM in OnlyBans, but that's not actually scheduled yet. You might play that after the PA5 though. So we'll see. And welcome, Dear Fox. Good to see you. So Daniel's base. Daniel's playing as the Mayans here. He's got forward berries, forward main gold, and rear main stone as the Mayans. And our woodlines we got 3 woodlines, and they're spaced a little bit far apart. We have pushed a deer in already. Back over at Spring's base, we small walled in our berries. Spring playing as his beloved Huns, and he's pushing in some deer himself. This is looking like a 20 pop, 19 pop. Yeah, 19 pop scouts build from Spring. Daniel has a nice tight little base if he walls it properly. The main issue for him, I think, is going to be gold. How's he going to wall that? He's going to have to go out this way? Could Daniel, like, if Daniel does wall out here, it'll be a huge advantage for late game, but for now, he just needs to have safe gold. Maybe you don't even worry about walling it. Spring's going small walls. And Spring will be up first by about a vil. Oh, pardon me. Let's fix the elos. Let's fix the elos. Those are set up for the game I was casting before. One moment. Daniel's like a 2K. Daniel's one of the best. 2369. Nice. And Spring's 2K almost. Little R 1997. There we go. These scouts are bumping into each other. 4 attack for the Eagle, 5 for the Scout. Scout, of course, has mobility advantage. I don't know if Daniel really wants to lose that Eagle. But Spring will lose the Eagle if he... or, pardon me, Spring will lose the Scout if he tries to fight that Eagle again, so... These are 2 of the best players in the United States, guys. So this is... the USA Cup is showcasing some of the best players in the United States. I'm from Canada, so don't ask me why they had to get... Why I think that's kind of makes sense, I guess. They gotta have a Canadian come in and announce all the Americans, so they keep it civil, right? There's a thing, we don't want things to get violent. It could be bad. Daniel continuing wall. Yeah, he's gonna wall out. He's gonna get this gold trapped in. A token American co-caster, obviously. Yes, Vorion. A token American co-caster. Did you have someone in mind? Violence, it's a war game. Daniel is going to be walled in here. Looking at the middle of the map, Spring's stone is forward. Daniel's secondary stone is forward. We have this extra gold here as well. And this big ugly hill. Now Spring's swinging around the south with these scouts. Huns versus Mayans. Huns, of course, with those cheap cavalry archers. 4 scouts in total for Spring, and they're going to be hitting Daniel here. Quick walls go down on the Vills. There is a single spear here to defend from Daniel, and we do have a couple archers as well. Going forwards, no, actually we have an archer, spear, and an eagle that are about to hit this berry bush from Spring as Daniel continues to wall up in the south here. Spring has skirms back at home to defend this little push from Daniel, though. And so an archer, a spear, and an eagle walk into a bar. The eagle says, "Hey, nice pants. It's nice pants. Get it? Because there's eagles." I don't know. That's unbelievable. He's got it. Bruh. We managed to snipe one of the skirms, but we're going to lose the eagle and maybe even the spear in a moment. Yeah. Daniel has another batch of units to move forwards. Looking at idle, though, Daniel actually has more idle time than Spring.
I'm in danger.
No, you're not. It's okay. It's okay, Ralph. You're fine. And the players are going to, like, run into each other. I don't know, like, if they're reading each other's minds or what. Or if that's just luck. But there you go. Spring's going to probably be forced back here. Yeah, he's still open. And the small walls won't do great against the ranged units because you'll just be able to get in. Token American co-caster. Yo, Ornlu. Is that what you're saying, Vorion? That'd actually be a great call. Ornlu, you should totally I should totally be asking Ornlu to co-cast some of the USA Cup. I didn't even think about that. Bro, I'm still being used to being a caster and thinking about this stuff. I don't do it often enough. I think Ornlu, I'll shoot you a DM. The guy just raided me. Afrazilla, how you doing? Need someone with some edge. Oh, you're... Vorion, you're suggesting yourself, damn it. A Vorion type. Vorion, I like your attitude. I like your attitude. Just like I like these archers dying to these skirmishers from Spring. The main issue with going scouts and skirms is that you're going to be up later than your opponent. And Daniel has 6 more crossbows back, or archers back home. They're going to be crossbows soon. That's the main problem for Spring. So how's he going to deal with that? Well, it looks like we're going to be swapping into... Oh, actually, there's the archers. The archers have come forwards. And they're hitting the back of Spring's base. Vorion, I'll send you a DM about that. For the actual USA Cup. I'm going to have you on for only bans, too. We'll let's see here. Yeah. I just need to, like, mentally organize this stuff. I need to hop on that. I'm going to actually add that to sticky notes. I'm going to add... where is it? Sticky notes. Sticky notes is a section in my Discord where I do all the most important stuff and make sure that I do these things. We're going to put contact co-casters, USA Cup, and only bans. I'm going to try and get that done today or tomorrow. The archers are going to get caught out by these skirms potentially, as Daniel still doesn't actually have Castle Age kicked in, and then it's still going to have to click in to crossbow and bodkin before he's really going to be able to handle these skirmishers. Spring is up to Castle Age now himself. And it's, I would say, honestly, I was thinking it was going to be Night Eco, but looks like we're going to be going CA. 4 ranges? So we're going like 4 ranged cavalry archers from Spring, as he picks off a good number of those archers in the southeast there. And in the north, we have another batch of archers coming forwards from Daniel. Daniel just keeps sending archers forward, trying to find damage. Daniel's actually 3 vills back from Spring. Now, granted, Spring still has 1 minute and 50 seconds of idle time left on his town center, but he's going up with a lot more villagers. I think this is going to pay off. Range, he's definitely going to be going cavalry archers here. We need a stable for... oh, we have a stable. Never mind, pardon me. I'm going to say that we need a stable so that we're able to go into cavalry archers with bloodlines and husbandry. Are we just trying to like buy ourselves time with these batches of unit? Otherwise, I think we should send this forwards, right? I think this would be better off this little patch of units. Although we are buying time with it. Trying to sandwich it between our 2 batches of units. Daniel has ballistics that's going to kick in a moment. So he's gone early ballistics here with the crossbows. Why would you ever throw me out of a plane, Grass? Why would you throw me out of a plane? Not now, Barry. We'll do that after. We'll do that after the game, okay? Just remind me. I'll explain why you got thrown out of a plane. My uncle, Brad, they threw him out of a plane with a parachute. Daniel's coming forwards with crossbows. Spring has his own crossbows. Are we going cavalry archers? We are. Okay, good. I wonder if he's going to try and surprise Daniel. Be like, surprise! He has 20 crossbows. There's bloodlines. That's what I was talking about. Shot it. Yeah, lots of crossbows in queue here for Spring. Or pardon me, cavalry archers. Mangonel creeping forwards from Daniel. And a second town center is going to go down way outside of his base that he's built. Kind of weird. I don't know what you... Hurricane Huffman asks Spring on a timer. I'm not sure what you mean. You're saying because he's not going to be able to upgrade these? It's not such a big deal because he has all the cavalry archers, which are like... These are just meant to defend against this. The main purpose of this is to defend this stuff. And we don't even need to go that great. We just need to like sort of hold. We could just take this fight, honestly. You mean Spring's commitment to 1 TC? He's going to have to find damage. Yes, this is true. Takes a big shot to the main mass of his crossbow skirms that he's using as defense from this mango. Spring needs to make like what? Ooh. Big shot from the mango in the south here. 2 from Daniel. As we got 2 little fights going on at the same time. But there's nothing here to defend. Is this actually overchopped right now? This might be overchopped right now, guys. Yeah, it was. Spring's going to be able to get in with the CA. But the crossbows are poking around the back of Spring's base. And Daniel's going to find some damage here. Daniel's 10 villagers up. We have elite skirm coming in from Daniel, by the way. Elite skirm from Daniel. I see a pair of scorpions. There's 1 scorpion there. Scorpions do pretty good with the cavalry archers because they stack. Yep. And look at the amount of damage we're getting with this scorps. That's not great. But we are going to break in. And can we get some Vil kills here? Spring does not have ballistics. Spring does not have horse collar. He does not have wheelbarrow. We have the first armor. We do have bodkin. Daniel lacking the second armor on his crossbows. Spring just lost a lot of his CA there. Back in the north, we have CA trying to attack the... Oh, Spring loses another batch of CA to the crossbow Mangonel mass. He's still got 4 CA alive in the south. Could pick off a bunch of Daniel's vills here in the south. And I'm just wondering, you know, if Spring goes 3 or 4 stable knights here, he wins the game instead of the CA play. I could be wrong. But I feel like knights with a whole ton of +2 knights saved up might have won this game. And it's looking pretty dire for Spring now, who is 17 villagers back and does not have any army. We have 5 crossbows and 6 skirms, and they're all low HP. We do have 8 cavalry archers in the queue and a mangonel to defend, but we're going to need some great mango shots to keep this game going, because Spring's going to have to go forwards. A hold isn't good enough. He's going to need to attack because he's so far back in villagers. I'm a strong advocate of knights, though, Raccoon.
Shot it.
And let's see if Spring is able to pick off this Mangonel and then Daniel. Ooh, so Spring manages to get the mango. Can he hit the... Ooh, nice bit of work there with the mango from Spring. No attack round, though, and he's going to lose the Mangonel in a second. There it goes. Second coming in to defend from Spring. But this is behind this Daniel's booming, guys. That's the problem for Spring. We do still have CA going out. And looks like we're going to try and do some cutting off of the reinforcements from Daniel in the south. Quite a bit still going on here as we got Mangoes and CA pushing the lead skirmishers and Scorpions massed with crossbows from Daniel. Daniel has his own mango added now as well. Wondering if Spring's going to get a bada boom here as the tension is split. Picks off both of the Scorpions and in the north, managing to get some shots on these archers from that mango. And as well as winning this fight with the CA. And all of a sudden it's looking up for Spring, who manages to win a pair of fights pretty well. Now there's 12 crossbows left in the north, but that's a lot better than it was. He can make another mangonel to defend at home and then go forwards, or even just like a Scorpion. Spring is 40 villagers back, though. That's pretty significant. He needs to maintain this momentum and keep winning fights, and it's going to be rough. And he's getting no help from Mother Nature, who's eating away at his villager.
Shot it.
1,000 wood, 3 farms. That's not great. Spring gets another mango pick, though, but it matters less and less because behind this, we've got 35 farms down. Like, Daniel's going to be imp in a second. Spring's nowhere near. This is looking pretty bad. Plus, this weakened batch of archers, they're actually still alive. Like, Spring needs that mango back at home to defend those. Daniel's going to pick up wheelbarrow. Now, Spring gets in with the CA in the right spot. He can do a lot of damage. But can he do 30 villagers, 40 villagers worth of damage? And even then, still be at a deficit? I don't think so. That is a lot to ask. The score looks scary, quite frankly. Spring's dancing and dipping and diving. I think at this point we're just going to be working our micro chops a little bit. Daniel splits. Daniel getting fancy with the splits here. Fighting downhill. That was not a good fight for Spring. As Daniel takes an awesome fight on the hill here and is swooping around with this extra batch of crossbows that are still alive and is going to pick off a ton of Spring's eco in a minute. Oh God. Oh, that's
Shot it.
Holy, look at all this damage, and we're gonna repair it using flex shot.
Shot it.
Oh, okay. That's pretty satisfying. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Finally clearing up another batch of crossbows, but I mean, Daniel's just gonna send more and then hit Imp. And I think Spring's gonna call GG as soon as Daniel hits Imperial Age here. He does have 3 Mangos on the front here doing some work. I think Imp will be an instant GG, yeah. Spring needs to make magic happen that he just can't at this stage, because Arb's gonna come in with with Bracer and Chemistry, and there's just not gonna be anything he can do. He's going all out now. Props to Spring. He's going all out. Look, we've got five Mangonels that are pushing. We are all in. Daniel only has 25 Arbs. Problem is, Spring doesn't really have... Spring needs more like army. Needs like a ton of skirms. Now I think Spring needs to go full skirm. We got 14 skirms. You know, Spring... Maybe Spring could make something happen here, guys. It's pretty dire, but if he pushes in and then carries momentum, it's just like, you know... It's all going to be on tenterhooks the entire time. With Arbs that outrange him, it's looking rough, honestly. It is very satisfying when Mangonels kill Arbalest, though, I gotta say. These super upgraded units and then kablam! Spring's doing his best, but... oh, God. We have... Spring. Spring. Yeah. Good try, Spring. GG, well played to both players. Yeah, the decision to go... I think we go Knights instead of Cavalry Archers, and we might actually win there. I think you go 3 stable Knights or 2 stable Knights with, like, Mangonels behind it, and I think you do a lot better. But that is it for game 1 of Daniel versus Spring. Now, someone asked about a certain beaver video.
Large shipping crate. Into the holding crate they go. Whoops. Get back in there, old girl. That's better. A good load. A load of beaver for the mountain. In preparing for the operation, beaver must be sorted for even size and weight, with 1 pair of beaver for each box. Ear tags are attached for future information.
Let me in. Let me in.
Into the drop box, nearly ready for that flight back into the mountains. The drop crates are loaded into the airplane. Parachutes are attached to cargo lines, and the boxes are stacked in rows along the waist of the plane. 10 boxes to a load, 20 beaver ready for the flight to mountain meadows. The plane makes a careful approach, ready for the drop. Now into the air and down they swing, down to the ground near a stream or a lake. The box opens and a most unusual and novel trip ends for Mr. Beaver. He's on his way now. His nose and his instinct tell him where to find the water. There's room here for a new home.
They just started. I'm hopping in right now. And we are going to Atacama, which is Spring's home map. We're going to start right this second, guys. Here we go. Daniel's going to be the Southwest, playing as the Chinese. Spring's going to be in the Northeast, playing as the Magyars. How do the Beavers open boxes, though? There's just one more thing that humans don't think about, isn't it? How do beavers open boxes? How do they feel being launched into the f***ing sky? No one ever asked what beavers want. They just assume. Spring's going to be playing as the Magyars. The Magyars get free forging in Feudal Age. This is a freaky Atacama. I think this is the Battle of Africa Atacama? UC Atacama. Which one is that? What's UC stand for? Who knows? Someone in chat, let me know. Yeah, we're doing the USA Cup. Best players in the United States. I'm from Canada, so that's confusing. But here we are. We're ready to catch. The America Cup, yes. Daniel picked Chinese for Acropolis. Turns out the map was Atacama. Rip. Can you please move the USA Cup logo to the right? It's too much in the middle. Alright. Give me a moment. That's gotta be better.
Large shipping crate.
Oh, no, we don't need the... Wrong button. That happens sometimes. Anyways. Is it because you are mourning Hera? I mean, Canada Cup would be Slam versus Hera. With like some Raw thrown in there. And maybe Chris sniffing around the edges. And then me somehow. Just like, not even close. But I play lots of games and I'm Canadian. That's pretty good. Anyways, Daniel is technically a villager up, but that's mainly because of the Chinese start, which he's had a very clean one of. We've gone 6 on wood. We've got our villagers. We've got deer pushed in, actually. We've taken a zebra. As an American, I appreciate it. At least I'll be unbiased, Professor Pigeon. I treat everybody with dignity and respect and stop you from murdering each other. That's my job as a Canadian. That is a lot of deer. Is there another patch of that on the north side? No. That's enough water that the players should probably be docking, right? Or deep fish? Those should be docked. Yeah, Daniel's docked. I don't know if Spring knows about that. But I think that's a really good call from Daniel. Daniel's going to win this game because of that dock, guys. So reminder, players are getting $5 a game. There's multiple ways you can support myself and the USA Cup. If you want to support the USA Cup, you can head over to Spring TV, twitch.tv/Spring TV, who's also streaming his perspective. If you want to see his perspective, you can check over there anyways. And just donate to his stream. That goes directly to the prize pool. I believe I have a link set up down below my stream. I'm not sure if it kicked in through my browser cache yet or whatever, but in theory, there should be another. There should be a link down there. You can also help if you want to support me in some way. Would much appreciate donation to the Only Bands tournament pool, as we're trying to get over 2K and get it up to an A-tier tournament on Liquipedia. The villager coming forward now from Spring, but I think it's just going to be to wall Daniel out, actually. And Spring's going to take up a whole ton of map control in the center. That's kind of interesting. I'm the Only Bands guy, that's correct. We're actually going to be casting Only Bands after this Professor Pigeon. We're going to be casting a little bit of that. and frustrating all of my regular viewers by casting at a completely off hours time. Now, Spring is doing a very good job of being irritating to Daniel, who's being forced right off of his main wood. And there's not a lot of extra, there's no extra wood. Spring owning the main wood is actually pretty significant, especially because Daniel's opted to try and go fishing. That takes a lot of wood. This is prime time, says Vorion. Prime time for the USA. It's midnight it's midnight GMT right now. Like past midnight GMT. This is walled in, by the way. They were all watching Rage Force until a few minutes ago. Wait, is Rage Force just finishing? I've watched a few games, but man, Black Forest takes like so much out of me. We've got a tower war here. Daniel wants his wood back. 11:30 GMT at the moment. So my stream deck is lying to me. I don't trust anything anymore. Is Spring actually going to win this fight? The scouts are being really irritating to Daniel here. Spring's getting a ton of value out of this tower regardless. But he is 4 vills back technically. The dock is helping Daniel's food eco out so much. Is that actually land villagers or not? 22 land villagers versus 22 land villagers. Yeah, it's the extra 3 villagers are those fishing ships down there. Fairly certain it's those fishing ships. Yeah, Spring's going to take out Daniel's tower here. I wonder if Spring's going to win this one just by pushing Daniel off the main wood. This is looking really good for Spring at the moment. Those extra fishing ships just aren't factoring in as much as Daniel probably was hoping. Spring's on food. We have some idle villagers here, though. And we have archers in this archery range. You can see in the unit bar. So Daniel's actually lost 3 vills through all that. So Spring's done a really good job of keeping things even here with some aggression. Daniel doesn't have good wood to take. This is the best he's got. These little tiny little patches over here. Spring's going to drop some outposts down and expand out a bit, I think. Surprised Spring still hasn't added a dock. Would be really interesting if Spring could pull this one back. And even the series up at 1. Spring loves his open maps. Magyars, of course, with that free forging, are just being so frustrating for Daniel here. And we've got the wildlife getting involved over here. This villager is going to be at half health now. That's gone over here from Daniel. Not sure what he was up to with that. And those are all going to die. Miserable, miserable deaths. Died, but he's stabbed and sliced and diced. But this is not a winning fight. Spring, no, don't do it. Oh, God. It's just like, all right, I'm out of here. And what can he do? He needs skirms bad. Or another tower or two. Yeah, there's one going down on the gold. I think that might not be the best tower, though. At least he can't dive this tower. I think that's the rationale for its location. We have protected wood. Protected gold. Spring with towers all over the map now. Gonna be pushing it and hitting Daniel's wood line over here in the west. And Daniel could lose a ton of villagers. Remember, these are Magyar scouts. With that free forging bonus. Definitely getting a few picks there with Spring. Daniel opting to try and dive in with these villagers. Daniel's now on 2 pawns as well. Another vill going down in the west here. Spring continuing to find damage. Oh, on 3 pawns. Good call out. Farouk. That was what that weak vill was up to that we saw in the south getting attacked by that lion earlier. Over here. This is a really long and protracted feudal age as we are at the 20-minute mark. Both players not really even close to clicking up to castle age here. That's a lot of farms. 20 farms for Spring. Still no dock. But owns a lot of that main wood. Daniel isn't going to be out of complete luck. There's a lot of stragglers over here. There's castle age for Daniel. Crossbows are going to be all positioned all over Spring's base. It's looking a little bit like last game, actually. Spring's going to be up to castle age in just a second, though. Wonder if Spring ever scouted the corners. He's found this dock for sure. Like, he's found 2 docks now. 3 times fishy goes definitely paying off. Look at all that food that Daniel's got. We're going to be able to go up to castle age. Get all of our upgrades. We might even be adding, like, knights. Kind of going to be crazy here if we have, like, a knight crossbow push from the Chinese player. Professor Pigeon says Daniel also has wheelbarrow. Yeah, good call out. Well, I didn't even notice that Spring was missing wheelbarrow in amongst all that chaos in castle in feudal age, and that's pretty brutal. We are getting some more vills down here in the south. It looks like quick walls there from Daniel. So, I mean, Daniel definitely has less land villagers and is struggling with his wood, but already, like, the fishing wood pays off for so long. Spring's missing all of his eco upgrades. No double bit axe, no horse collar, no wheelbarrow, no, like, nothing. And it looks like maybe a knight switch here from Spring as we have bloodlines and the cavalry armor coming in. Crossbows are diving this tower. Gonna get some vill picks. Spring's got a garrison. There we go. Or maybe he was garrisoned, and yeah, we were actually over garrisoned, and we were just like Vil fighting the archers. Knights coming in here. We need a quick wall from Spring. Oh no! This was actually completely preventable. That's so sad. Knights are going to get into Spring's wood line here in the center, and they're going to do a bunch of damage at a really critical time for Spring. Spring's going to lose 5-6 villagers here. That's pretty brutal. Busy dealing with knights and archers on all of his resources as Daniel simultaneously, like a spider with 8 arms, spreading his attack across the field. Knights coming in and hitting the second wood line now as well. And you can tell that Spring is overwhelmed. 15 villagers back now. Husbandry kicking in for Daniel. Going to make things even more complicated as he has access to camels and Spring does not. And I don't like this. I don't like this town center. I think this needs to be... I understand why we're building it, but I think it needs to be a monastery. And I don't know if adding eco is the way when we're 20 vills back and we've lost as much as we have. Maybe he hasn't realized he's lost all of that. Spring's 20 vills behind Professor Pigeon. Make sure we're caught up live here. Yep, we are. But I don't see a way back for Spring. Ten fishing ships. Looking pretty over, honestly. I don't like to call games early, and Spring's like a mastermind of making comebacks, but I don't see how do you counter the 20 villager lead here. What does Spring need? He needs damage, right? So you go Pike Monk Siege and just push like crazy. You're right. The villagers, it's counting the fishing ships as well. Of course. This is running out of food though. We already got some fishing traps out from Daniel. Chinese camels continuing to track down the Magyar Knights. Surprised we didn't dock that as well. I think he intended to dock it, and now the villager's just wandering. Yeah, it's wandering back with fishing with food. Tannis 89 tries to take Daniel's army out with a missile and fails. Spring, meanwhile, has some knights hitting the southern wood line of Daniel. And he's going to pick up like 5-6 vill kills here. If he goes southwest, he can get another like 7. And if he keeps swinging through Daniel's base like this, maybe it's going to swing back the other way. But Daniel is going for the absolute YOLO Pog castle drop. And this will absolutely take Spring out of the game if it goes down. Spring is hitting that stone in the south. Meanwhile, Daniel has camels to defend and is focused on getting this castle up. Spring's going to see this going up. It's going up right next to an outpost. Thanks, Whoop. That castle seems a tad defensive. Build it more forward. If it was any more forward, it would literally be in range of the town center. It's kind of crazy. Oh, nice hitting the gold pile from Daniel here. The Spring's at 27 vills, 26 vills and falling. Now, Daniel's lost a lot too, but not as much as Spring. Hey. Poor Springy.
Emotional, damn it!
Rest salutes to Spring in chat, guys. Good try to Spring. He's got another 3 games to try and make something happen. I think if he can steal a game off of Daniel, he'll be feeling pretty good, given that Daniel's one of the best. Let's look at that sweet APM. Look at that sweet APM Spring's got. Average APM was equal, all things considered, though. GG, well played. Guys, back to the map draft while we wait for game number 3 of this play all 5 between Spring and Daniel, trying to raise funds for the USA Cup. I'm also running my own tournament, OnlyBands, running right now.
OnlyBands is Age of Empires 2 latest and greatest 1v1 tournament hosted by Grathrang and LE4K. 32 of the very best Age of Empires 2 players will face off in a unique format for the very first time, including Velez, Jordan, Mr. Yo, Doubt, Tato, ACCM, Back, Song Song, Dogao, Vivi, Kazva, Miguel, Vinchester, Dragonstar, Classic Pro, and more. Contestants will not be allowed to pick civilizations or maps in drafts. Instead, they will only be allowed to ban them. There will be 3 civilization bans for a best of 3, 5 civ bans for a best of 5, and 7 for a best of 7. Players are also given the opportunity to swap either their own or their opponent's civs immediately before each game using the Insta-Ban. Each player receives 1 Insta-Ban in a best of 3 or best of 5, and 2 Insta-Bans in a best of 7. Maps were selected by organizers to evoke as many different types of playstyle as possible. Players will only be allowed to ban 3 of the 13 maps available. So when someone asks you for a link to the Civ draft, tell them that's not how this tournament works. This is OnlyBands.
But this isn't OnlyBands. This is USA Cup. Rip. And I'm just waiting to see if they've started game 3 here. Looks like they have. So we're going to Daniel's home map, it looks like, for some reason. Not sure why. Maybe they just decided to do Daniel's home map. We're going to High Tides. I don't know anything about this map. So I am not a big fan of that map pool. Drafting, Civ draft. Too dead. Pink. No. Gotta be red. Sorry, Spring. Sorry, buddy. Spring in the West is going to be playing as the Mongols in red. In the East, we got Daniel playing as the Japanese. We're on High Tide. We got a whole bunch of... actually, now I do remember this map. I played on this map myself. We've got... I think it was in the Streamer Cup that I played on this map. A whole bunch of fish up in the north. A bunch of gold here as well in a nice little pile. In the south, we've got some extra minerals. And a pair of relics, as well as some alligators and crocodiles. The score, so Staratus, it's a play all 5. Actually, here, I should, hold on. Calls. It's a play all 5. Testing. Enable scoreboard. Best of 5. Play all 5. And then, there we go. Back up here. Hi. Looks like Spring might have been sniffing around Daniel's boar here. And our elos are now backwards. Darn it. feel like there's no one in the USA close to Daniel's level. Well, Spring, I think, has potential, Coding Zombie. I think I think there's flashes of brilliance in Spring's playstyle that I love. And his micro is up there for sure. And he makes things happen from behind in situations where you just shouldn't all the time. The up and coming kid T90 might have some promise as well. Yeah, that's actually true. I could see the T90 stealing a game or two off Daniel. And you do it in a tournament. The thing is, in a tournament, you only have like a few games where you have to win. You don't have to beat them 20 times in a row. Like if they beat you 15 out of 20 games, all you got to do is make it those 5 games that you beat them all happen in the tournament. It's not impossible. I've seen it happen. I've watched the underdog win many, many times in sports. Has T90 played Daniel lately? I'm sure they've met on the ladder. And he is doing a 2v2 tournament with MBL, I believe, T90. Looks like Daniel's going to be long distancing. No, not going to be long distancing. Wow, Spring's up at 18 pop heroes and Mongols. Okay. So we're going to be opening scouts. We're pushing in a whole bunch of our deer here. Mongols, of course, with that faster gathering hunt bonus. Daniel's going to dock again. And I swear to God, if we see Spring not dock on a map where there's docks, I'm going to lose my mind. Spring. Dock the shit. God. I don't know what to say. Doc. Spring doesn't swim. I guess not. Spring don't swim. Ellie 4K, how are you? Ellie's been hard at work casting a whole bunch of OnlyBans, guys. If you've been missing some of the OnlyBans content, wondering where I've been to cast it and been missing your fix, she's casted a whole bunch. And I probably won't be covering the entire qualifiers, especially because she's covered a whole bunch of it, and you should definitely give her a chance. And welcome, Ellie. She's the co-host of OnlyBans. Meanwhile, we've got Feudal kicking in for Spring. Minute and 50 seconds till Daniel's Feudal himself. We're going forwards with, it looks like Man-at-Arms archers. Or pardon me, Man-at-Arms towers from Spring. And he's gone super, super early with the Mongols hunt bonus. And now we're going Man-at-Arms towers. That's kind of crazy. Pure aggression here from Spring. Ellie, you're unbelievable. Because there's bees. Not the bees!
What is that? What is that? What is it? Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah!
Spring wants to win, guys. He's going to go full lame on Daniel here, who has built a mill next to his mill so he can mill his mill while he mills his mill. And Spring is going to kill all of the hunt for the Japanese player. Really interesting opening here from Spring. Adam, how you doing? Now, the Japanese, of course, get faster attacking infantry, but I don't even know if Daniel's going to be able to get into it. This is a crazy forward from Spring. There's gold all the way back here. Spring's going to have to get to that. Let's see if he even knows about it. Doesn't even know about that gold. He needs to find out about this gold, or it might be GG. Because that's going to let Daniel get back in this with Men-at-Arms. Or archers or something. Range is going down, too. That's a decent tower. It'll give Spring line of sight over to that gold, is what this tower will actually do. Is the score not showing up there? No, it's not showing up there. 1 second. Because I have it set up for only bands overlay. There we go. No, it's okay, Ellie. Anyways, it looks like Spring lost this forward villager that was on this tower. We found these. Yes, this tower needs to go up. Spring's villagers are doing a ton of damage, walling all these res off. Ellie 4K blind. Ellie, we're gonna cast some of the play-ins together, right? I think we should cast at least 2 of the play-ins together, or at least 1 of the play-ins together. Yes. Nice. Looking forward to that. Spring's gonna have to delete this forward tower, which is a shame because this push was just crazy. It's done so much damage. Fletching coming in for both players. Spring's 6 vills back though, guys. That's kind of. Oh, right. Because Daniel docked and Spring didn't. God. You like the OnlyFans app, Adam? That's great to hear. Because if that app works, then it'll prime us to do like OnlyFans too. Ooh, all the forward vills from Spring are going down to these archers from Daniel now. Daniel's just continuously playing really, really tight games here. Like very, very, very few mistakes from Daniel. And the mistakes he's making are affordable ones. I think that's Daniel at his best. His play will end up with him losing archers. Like, think about the mango shots he took from Spring last game and the game before. But it ends with him winning the game despite that, right? Like, he takes those trades that, even though they might seem bad, are to his favor. Have they done a Pro-Am tournament? Like, above 2K, below 1K duo? They have, actually. Time to pop off. That could be interesting if they brought that back. Beep booping their booty back. Boppity bippity boop. Bippity boppity boop. Doo 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 doo. Ellie, you strike me as a Disney. I feel like you'd be in the Disney. Am I wrong? You've got a childhood Disney. Everybody from Toronto seems to have gotten hit by the Disney. They were so cheap at the variety stores. On their illegal, completely legal discs. You want me to run a Pro-Am tourney? Maybe we could do Ring of Fire 4 with as a Pro-Am. Time to pop off. Have to see if we can get some players interested. For now, we're doing USA Cup. We're trying to help the USA Cup out because we're going to be casting that next month. And with a little bit of show match, take a tiny break from OnlyFans to remind us what it's like to cast normal kind of Age of Empires 2, and then go back to our special formatted tournament. Adam. Someone was upset. I mean, I don't think they're actually upset. They're just slightly like perturbed that they felt like the rules had changed. And I'm just like, yeah, I did change the rules so that you had to so you got to play in the actual format of the tournament instead of just like random 1v1 on Arabia or random best of 3. That would stink. OnlyFans is not the most normal kind of. It might actually be, Lori. That's kind of the best part of it. The whole civ picking thing creates some interesting stuff, but I feel like it's inherently not as great as watching the randomness happen, and players have to deal with the consequences of that. Daniel's been defending well. You see what I mean? Like, he hasn't been like overwhelmingly winning these fights. But guess what? He's up to Castle Age first. And he's got, what, 19 more villagers once you include the fishing ships? Which he has got a lot of, let me tell you. It's all 17 fishing ships. So it's actually 40 to 38 land villagers. But, wow. I don't think Spring can win this fight. I think you go back. Scout Cav from Daniel. Japanese can go knights. We do have our first armor upgrade here for Daniel. No armor upgrade for Spring, who does not even have a stable down. I wonder if he'll go CA again. What is Spring up to? Mine knights. We don't have enough gold. He's going CA again. He's either going CA or crossbows. Spring did not attack or even try to go to water, Lori. I don't think Spring cares about water. I think he just ignores it. He's like, water's stupid. I'm not playing water. I just want to make my skirms dance. Yeah, he's losing everything he really needs once he hits Castle Age. Keeping these alive would have been so nice for Spring. Instead, this is looking really, really good for Daniel. Yeah, Spring didn't a dock, Lori. Didn't a dock. Defensive Siege Workshop from Spring. Crossbow and Bodkin. We got crossbow coming in for Daniel. Both players going crossbow. Daniel has 61 workers. Town Center going down up in the north. This is ridiculous. Now, Daniel does have a lot of his stuff that's like going to be really difficult to take. Because Spring lamed it, but I don't know if that's really going to affect him to enough that to matter. The elite skirms for Daniel. They are getting eaten because they were missing their armor up until just a second ago. Now they're tanking the shots from the crossbows pretty good. Yep, in the USA Cup, everybody is from the United States. I think we need a monastery. CA would actually be helping here, maybe. Mangonel will be okay. Defend against these skirms, then we can go forwards with our crossbows. It's really too bad Spring doesn't know about that happening. Daniel's managed to open this up a little bit enough to take some gold from that pile. Spring trying to intercept these skirms with this mangonel. Looking solid here for Spring, honestly. Spring's going to move out. And I wonder if he's going to be able to do... If he had forward siege somewhere. Does he have a mangonel coming forwards? No. He's got one mango. He's going to keep it back at home to defend. Yeah, he needs forward siege. Problem is, Daniel's already going to have defensive mangonels by the time Spring even gets his siege workshop up. But this is pretty exposed. And if Spring takes that, it's going to shut down a lot of economy from Daniel. Meanwhile, like this entire time, Daniel's up to Imp. I was just going to say, Daniel had so much food. And he just clicks up to Imperial Age. He's going to hit Imp in like under 30 minutes, I think. Just over 30 minutes for Daniel. In addition to this big crossbow elite skirm push. Kind of crazy. Daniel's playing really, really well. Like, this isn't Spring playing bad at all. This is Daniel playing stupid. But I'm kind of frustrated at another 1 TC all in from Spring, I gotta say. Well, Undressed, I think what we're really looking to see now, and the rest is, can Spring steal a game off Daniel? Because Daniel's playing so well today. And I think Spring's just trying to reestablish himself as like a good 2K player. Big attack ground there on Daniel's crossbows. Managed to get some hill advantage there. That's a full HP knight. And let's see if Spring can deal with the knight and keep his mangonel alive. Nice bit of attack crowning there. And that knight is going to manage to pick off that mangonel. And the crossbows will escape. There's this fight going on in the south. Spring has the hill here. There's 2 mangoes that are going to pop. And Spring could lose all of his crossbows. Big shots there from Daniel on the crossbow mass from Spring. Spring might be in danger of finding out about this northern base. Still hasn't seen it at all. I wonder if he just realizes there's water. Like. Oh, Nelly!
Bruh.
Well, fortunately, Spring was not paying attention and missed out on killing about 15 villagers, I think. And that could have been quite the equalizer there. And if he watches this rec or this VOD, he's going to be kicking himself. Crossbows are going to dive, but they're diving against Arbs. Chemistry still hasn't hit for Danny. Doesn't have Bracer, just Arbalest. Ooh, bada boom possible here from Spring. Gets a big shot on the Arb mass. Wearing away at those upgraded Arbs. Daniel only has 8 of them. Mangonel gets a big hit on the skirms here. He's going to clean most of those up. Arbs are soaking shots from the crossbows. And we've got some pressure up here in the north from Spring as well, who's idling quite a bit of Daniel's eco. This is looking really good from Spring all of a sudden. Daniel getting hemmed in a little bit here. We could see some... Where's the demo ships, Daniel? Show me a demo. Phil's creeping out the north. They're going to go and try and fight this mangonel. There is a crossbow there from Spring, which will pick off quite a number of villagers, I think. Especially with the pair going to join. Daniel's going to lose another batch of vills. This is looking really good for Spring. A lot of pressure here. Some mango hits on the vills there. Daniel definitely feeling it. That villager count, look at the villager count now, climbing closer and closer for Spring. The Arb mass is getting a little serious. We still don't have Bracer. It's a dead mango. Crossbows moving in on the southern side here. And it's gone from looking pretty good to Spring to pretty bad. He has no gold. And no one on gold. Oh! Whoa. We got to go back and watch that again. as it looks like we got a double mango shot from Spring on the main arbalest mast of Daniel here. That's going to slow Daniel's push down quite a bit. And some more mango play with these arbs now in the south. The red in the back of Daniel's base is a bunch of villagers that have walled off res from early in feudal age. Daniel is microing the mangoes down slowly. Ooh. Ooh, get a big mango shot here, Spring. Oh, that needed to land. If that landed, he might have been able to hold here. But it's looking pretty bad. Spring still hasn't fixed all of this. And Spring calls GG after a valiant effort here in Game 3 of this Playoff 5 between Spring and Daniel for the promoting the USA Cup. And I'm really interested to see now if Spring's going to be able to steal a game off Daniel. That's what I want to see now. We know he's lost. You know he's lost the best of 5. But I want to see if Spring can steal a game because Spring's playing really, really well. And it seems like he's getting closer each time to making something happen. So let's see if next game is the one for Spring. And we're getting good games out of it. So fine with me. Like, it's not like Daniel. This game did not feel like Daniel dummied Spring at all. This felt very, very close. I love the aggression from Spring. That crazy 17 pop up Man-at-Arms Towers thing was great. I love that. Yeah, I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering too. Did Lori? Did Spring know the map? Did he know that there was water? This is the USA Cup show match between Spring and Daniel. Let's see. We've got Huns are gone, and Magyars are gone, and Mongols are gone. And we've got victory, victory, victory for Daniel. And I believe the next one is going to be Acropolis. And we're just going to wait for the players here. Both the players are streaming, so make sure you check out their point of view if you want to see the point of view of the players. Maybe the really early aggression doesn't allow for that uptime, and docking late doesn't help that much. I feel like docking even in feudal age probably would have helped. It says the open classic, but that's not true. There we go. Get my dashboard open. They are in the lobby. Just waiting for them to start. I'm going to go grab a drink real quick. We're supposed to say words. These are words that I'm saying to avoid what is known as dead air. Therefore, by saying these words, I avoid the air being dead. Isn't that great? You think Daniel thought this was a best of 5 and it ended his stream? Yeah, he rated Spring. Invite again. So I think Daniel's going to continue playing though. Guys, can I make a little bit of a narcissistic-ish comment? I can see how skinny I am, and I look. I'm getting there. I got like another 50 pounds to go, guys. Always. Sometimes I used to feel gross when I would look at myself on OBS. I would feel really like self-conscious, and I feel less that. It was really nice. Thanks, Ellie. You're the best. When's the Ellie 4K yoga stream? I suck at yoga. I need someone to teach me yoga. And then we can go from grathercising into Ellie yoga. Yogelli. My song's on Spring's channel. You guys know I have a song that Spring wrote with Darkwater Rage called The Wrath of Grass.
Darkwater Rage. Feel the wrath of Grath. Spring TV exclusive. We don't play. I make hits for days.
They are in the next round here.
For some reason, my giant flaming balls are not working, but I'll take it, honestly. I'm kind of happy the balls aren't there.
Wrath rain, that's slang from a flashbang. Last brains, cause he packs that thing. Britain longbow range, insane in the membrane, man strange.
How to survive missile. Squat, go on field, farm, potatoes, squat.
We're on Nomads. We've got Malians. All right. Enough of Wrath of Grass. Enough of Wrath of Grass. Here we go. Spring is going to be in the east. Going to be playing as the Spanish. Daniel in the west, playing in blue as the Malians. Players have their TCs down. Spring has the early dock down. Thank you, Spring. We're building a dock this time, and he's actually going to have an eco advantage over the Malian player this time around.
Monday?
So that's pretty nice. Needs to remember to build another house. Right?
See?
And yeah, I'm liking Spring's early position. What Daniel's got going for him is a heck of a base, though. We've got berries in range of the TC. We've got deer, great wood, even gold nearby in 2 different spots. A boar. Spring, meanwhile, is a little bit open. There's not a lot of separating our 2 players either. They're not exactly close. Also, Daniel's backyard is huge. Daniel can expand this way and be safe from Spring. Spring has to expand forwards. So now we're in a situation where Spring is going to have to be playing aggressively this game. Guys, if you are enjoying the content, make sure you drop a follow. If you're really enjoying, I would appreciate a subscription. Twitch Prime is always free and is a great way to support any creator that you enjoy on Twitch. It'd be much appreciated, but always, of course, channel content is free. So hope you guys are enjoying the USA Cup, and stick around for the Only Bands game series. I'm going to cast at least one series from Only Bands after this. Daniel's lured in a boar here at 11 pop. We still don't have a dock from Daniel, surprisingly enough. And could it be Daniel's turn to not build a dock in a questioning manner? Spring has a dock with no ships. Yeah, it's a bit questionable. His Spring's build order here is question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, period, exclamation mark, question mark. Danny has a dock up north. Ah! The blue color got me. Good call, Farouk. I kind of want to switch to teal. We're going to switch Danny to teal. Yeah, it's a bit better. Thank you, Aoi Tuchik. That's what I'm talking about. That noise right there. Right there. That's the one. Blue color is basically cheating. Exactly. How am I supposed to see that? It's like playing gold on a desert map. Where's this guy going? Another dock? Just exploring? Once again, we're in a situation where Daniel has way more water eco than Spring. But has none, basically. Despite having the dock up almost instantly. Looking for a boar desperately. There is one over here. I mean, we do have berries. Berry bush right there. Spring's grabbed up some deer. Could also go this way. There's like some rangeable shore fishing. You just run over that shorefish. Doesn't see it. What's that red building by Spring in bottom corner? It's a dock. It just took him a really long time to make fishing ships, so Daniel actually has more than him. But he built his dock first this time. And now I'm making fun of Spring for taking so long to build docks. My main takeaway from this series is Spring absolutely fucking hates docks. He hates them so much. Spring, you gotta make friends with your friend, the neighborhood dock. We got a long lure coming in. Larry the lurer is luring the long lure. The boar lure is very long. But it will be under the TC, nice and tidy. Spring is a bit back of Daniel. You know why? Because Daniel has fizzing ships. Fizzing sips. He's taking fizzing sips. Single docks in your area looking to mingle. Daniel likes to have several docks. I don't know how I was going with that. Touching his wood. That's okay. Was that Daniel's fishing ship passing by Spring's TC? Yes. Daniel hits feudal. He's going to know all about Spring's fishing ship. And he's going to pop some galleys out. Double bit hitting for Daniel. Spring's going to be in a tough spot once again. And we've got some interesting design flag here on that fishing ship. Malian galley going forwards into Spring's eco. Archery range going down from Daniel as well. It's going down in the back, too. He wants to hide it from Spring.
See?
Spring has a Vil all the way down there. Not sure what he's up to with that. Spring's going to keep most of his fishing working by sending one fishing ship off. A smiling Cyclops. The sign of a madman. Spring got up to fuel age, but then didn't make any, like, galley or anything to defend. He's just trying to get up to castle age. I don't know if that's going to pay off. We'll see. Daniel's going to have water, but Spring's going to be in castle. And the click up, it's going to happen any second. Where's he going to get food, though? Oh, he's got the deer working. All right. And then we're going to click up. Click up. There we go. So Spring on the way to castle age now. Malian player Daniel's got some archers and is going to be dropping a smith. And it looks like Daniel, honestly, is not that far off from castle age himself. All those fishing ships that have been working for so long. Spring's relocating his entire dock to the southwest. Daniel's trying to track it down with this galley. He's going to find it. Really needed to make like his own fire ship or something, Spring. But opting to try and get up to castle age a little bit quicker than Danny. Yeah, we're going to be losing, look at the blocking from Daniel on that fishing ship. Splitting attention against Spring. Yeah, where's the fire ship? Even, like, why not now? Why not make the fire galley now? Where is it? Did he queue it up? Ah, it's queued up now. Just trying to keep those those fishing ships alive until the galleys get out. And then it's going to be a castle drop into conks from the Spanish player, Spring. Could be really strong here. If he goes right here and drops a castle, oh my goodness. What does Danny do about that? Oh, Danny boy, the conks are coming.
See?
Defensive castle drop on this hill. Daniel's going to immediately spot it with a villager happenstancedly. That's ridiculous. Daniel's instincts are excellent. And it's going to be conks out for Spring. That's going to shut down a lot of the economy of Daniel. Conks out, boys. Get your conks out. Eat some berries. Berries and boar. It's the diet of champions. Some berries and boar. We getting conks out? We got 3 conks in queue. Good call from Spring. Who needs villagers for a little bit? Crossbows good against conks. They're okay. If Spring did this right, then Daniel should be struggling, but conks have such a high damage output, like 16 plus 0. You know, it's a lot of DPS. Boy, it'd be nice if this went down, but these villagers are definitely in danger. Now, there's a castle here. We're going to lose 2, maybe 3 villagers at least. 2 vills down. Shame we didn't get that up, but we will in a moment. It's another siege workshop going down from Spring. We're going to have 2 siege workshops down in a moment. Yeah, that's correct. Conquistadors get cavalry archer armor now. Ooh, shoot the deer. Shoot the deer. Whoa! There's conks inside of Daniel's base while this is going on. And it only takes 3 conks to like, yeah, 2 conks will like 2-shot villagers. It's kind of crazy. When their shots hit. Yeah, basically, 4 conks, 1 shots of Vil. Kind of terrifying. Big shot on the skirms there. Taking the skirms out really big for Spring. Spring's still 1 TC though. Daniel has fish eco. Same old, same as it ever was. And now we're 1 TC push with conks and mangonels from Spring. Yeah, Spring's trying to keep production of conks up under us. That's what happens. That's what's happening here. Now we need to get these mangonels pushing something. They need to be pushing the town center, really. Gotta pour it on Daniel right now. Spring only has 1 conk. That's kind of an issue. Now we could drop a second castle in a moment, which looks like he might do. Vil's going forwards. If we get a castle down here, it'd be pretty huge. Yep. That's a good spot too. Daniel will be cut off from a lot of the map with that second castle. Spring generally does a really good job with his mangonels and micro coating zombie. And the castle drop from Spring. Now Spring is 20 some odd Vils back, but this castle drop, I have a good feeling about this one. There's a mango coming out from Daniel. Oh, a pair of conks getting eaten. Bad micro from Spring. Ooh, the villagers are getting mangonelled by the other mango. Daniel could lose this forward TC in a moment. Crazy play from Spring here. Do we have a scorpion coming out or something? No. One conk will do it. Wow, that's so many Vils that are going to die for basically no reason from Daniel. Oh, but the crossbows move in. Daniel's going to save his Vils and push Spring off of wood here as his own town center goes down in the west. And Spring's now down to 22 Vils. Oh, crossbows hitting this batch of gold Vils as well. That's lights out for Spring. Spring might clear this up with the mangonel, but it honestly doesn't matter anymore. Spring's at 19 villagers at minute 27. Now my lights are out because of nickel.
Chico.
Spring trying to get the bada boom on the archers. Calls the GG. We're going to game 5. See if Spring can steal one off of Daniel there. What does the eye mean on Spring's first castle? There's an eye? This is a outpost that was built by Daniel. That was an incomplete. Well, we got one more game between these guys. And I'm sure they're going to start up in just a moment. We'll give these guys a second to kick in. This is some old school music. This is the classic Age of Empires 2 music. The one on the CD. Certified Arabia Classic. This is a certified Arabia Classic. A certified Arabia Classic. Classic. There you go. Like that, right, Xander? Is that what you wanted? You sick bastard. Bing, bang, 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 bing, 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 bang, bang. What instrument is that? The tinger? It's everything I ever needed. I'm glad. They are in the lobby. Let's all go to lobby. Lobby. Explosion. Now, this is a certified Arabia Classic. This is my jam. Looks like they just started. Refreshing the dashboard. Yeah, this is actually the number 2 ranked player that's currently playing. This is Daniel versus Spring. Spring is currently ranked 150th in the world. 144th. And Daniel's ranked 38. Sato is playing an arena team game. We got like 3 other people in an arena team game. And then it's like, this is the top of 1v1 game that there is being played. It's kind of cool. Timing of this is really solid. So I hope you guys are enjoying. Spring sometimes dips down my elo. I haven't had the misfortune of matching him though. Yeah. Next map will be Acropolis. New strategy of docking pawns on Arabia. Do not do that. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible strategy. Do not do that. I appreciate your candor. However, do not do that. The love of all that is holy. I had a cookie for Easter dinner. I was given a cookie after my dinner, and the cookie's called a confetti cookie. And you take the cookie, and it's what it looks like an egg, and it's like 3 and stacked. And it's kind of like this big. You're supposed to break the cookie in half, and in the middle there's a whole bunch of sprinkles, and it goes. It's confetti. It's like, so it's like confetti. It's confetti cookie. It made me feel like a little kid to eat it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And that's my confetti cookie story. Hope you guys liked it. They just started. Literally just began. And the game, as you can hear, is underway. I get the elos swapped back again. In the West, Daniel's going to be playing as the Lithuanian Spring. In the East, playing as the Berbers. Before that, you had to clean the confetti is sprinkles. The confetti was sprinkles, Laurie. That's the best part. It's a whole bunch of different sprinkles. It was amazing. It's like, it's glorious. It makes you feel like a tiny little kid when you break. It goes, and then there's confetti all over your plate. It makes you feel like a little kid. It's really good if you have like a little bit of pudding, like 2 spoonfuls of pudding, and then you can like scoop the pudding up with the sprinkles. So I would serve, if I was gonna be a fancy restaurant, I would serve the confetti cookie, and then I would put like 2 dollops of like some kind of chocolate vanilla pudding. And then you break it open and then scoop up the sprinkles with the pudding. Because we had chocolate. It's Easter. It was Easter dinner. We had chocolate pie and confetti cookies as our dessert. It was really good. Spring in the East as the Berbers. My favorite civ, probably. It's just like 3. Spring is 1997. Is that when he's born? Is he actually 25 years old?
Sveiki. Azul.
I kind of love that wood line. Spring was born in 1987. When you have more years than Elos.
Azul.
That's the goal, right? Have a higher Elo than the year you were born. Shit, he's a year older than you. Boran, how can he be a year older than you? You're literally 7 centuries old. Aren't you a vampire? I thought I saw you on the cover of New York Times 1923. Spring pushing in the deer. Daniel's got rear gold here, and his deer are actually rear. These are super, super, like, long distanceable. Whereas Spring has to push his in. Very, very open map. Nice little back gold here for Spring, though. He's got, like, a back pocket gold. He could wall off his entire corner of the map, too. Like, legitimately. Wall here. Wall like this. And then wall here, and you have your entire corner walled. Daniel cannot do that. I wonder if Spring will pick up on that. Daniel's got a forward barracks going down here on the southwestern side of this pond. And Spring will be up to feudal age first, opting to go up at 18 pop as the Berber. Berbers get faster moving villas. Now he pushed in all of his deer. Daniel, I did not, but has these rear. We're going to see him take these rear deer, I'm sure. That's too tasty to ignore. And Daniel has 2 on gold, so probably man-at-arms from Daniel here. And the militia already coming out, so. What's Spring gonna defend with? Straight archers or scouts? At 17, at 18, 17 pop, like, there's not a lot else you can do. You could try going man-at-arms. I wonder what Spring's gonna do. He's not making any militia. And he would have to be if he was gonna do man-at-arms, so. It's definitely going to be scouts. Stable goes down. You wish Spring would dock. If there was a deep fish, maybe. Is there ever deep fish on Acropolis? Spring's got a nice rear wood line. We do have a second scout coming out from Spring. These should be going forwards and trying to ignore this, and this should be walled off. Man-at-Arms is going to hit for Daniel in a second. He's heading right to Spring's wood line. Quick walls from Spring. Try and protect this wood line. And Daniel has a forward archery range that's going down here in the north, too. Daniel playing this super aggressive. To clear up 3 men-at-arms and a scout, you need 4 scouts. and some micro. But now we have the archer here already. Man, this is looking ugly. Spring being forced to drop a tower on this tiny little wood pile. We do manage to pick off a spear on its lonesome way to the front here. Now Spring's going to go forwards with scouts. Daniel's going to search and try and find these berries. Yeah, he's going to head to these berries. Spring's going to be forced off of them. Daniel's walled in here. Walled in here. Where else do you even go? Honestly, what do you do if you're Spring right now? Need like a tower down here. Fletching is going to hit for Daniel. This is the most even game we've had so far, thanks to the lack of water. And also the fact that Spring isn't playing as Huns on Arabia. He is going scouts to skirms, though. Scouts going to run around the back of the base of Daniel. Daniel long distancing those deer, like I said. Off in my own world there. Watching the berries of Spring get pressured here. Spring's doing a good job to hold, but keeping these villagers working is going to prove tasking. That Phil's going to die if he's not careful, and there it goes. Spring's worker efficiency is pretty terrible right now. Ooh, we did manage to get in on the berries. At least momentarily. We'll get one bill there. Eco KD is 3 for Spring to 1 from Daniel. It looks like these scouts have been doing work while we've been watching these archers.
Speaking.
The Toronto AoE 2 scene. The only other person I know from Toronto is Oceaning Abyss. And I don't actually know her, I just know that she's from Toronto. These archers are going to go down. Spring is about the same distance from Castle Age as Daniel is in terms of res. So that's really good. Ellie's from Toronto, but she lives in Geneva, I believe. Or Austria, or somewhere over there. Lives in Geneva, I think. Spring is great at making early movies. Hamilton. I know is about that place. I have a person I'm seeing is from Hamilton. Inception. Archer's picking away at the gold of Spring. Ellie's in Geneva at the moment, I believe. Daniel calls GG. Okay. Spring manages to steal a game off of Daniel, who feels the pressure from the scouts to skirms and decides to call it. looking at the score, I'm guessing. And then I guess figuring spring was going to get up. And then once you get up as the Lithuanians, it gets really, or as the Berbers against Lithuanians. And there it is. Spring manages to take a game away from Daniel at the end. GG, well played to both players. Spring gets himself $5. Daniel makes himself 20. You guys want to support the USA Cup? The best players in the United States are going to be playing in a tournament in May. You can donate to the prize pool over at Spring TV, twitch.tv/Spring TV. You can just donate to him. It goes directly to the USA Cup prize pool. Is the person you're seeing watching the stream? No. They have in the past, but I don't think they are right now. Alrighty, we're gonna do OnlyFans. OnlyFans next.